Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the all-new Prologue EV, there's a lot that can impress you about it. There's the class-leading passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
This is Optimal Health Daily. How long should your workout be to build muscle? Part 2 by Christian Finn of muscleevo.net, and I'm Dr. Neil. Hey there, and welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I read to you from some of the most popular health and fitness blogs online. Now, for a lot more blogs being narrated for you, check out Optimal Living Daily. You can search and find that podcast wherever you're listening to this. Now, as a reminder, today's episode is part 2 of a longer post. If you missed part 1, then I'd recommend going back and listening to that episode first. But if you're all caught up, let's get right to part 2 and continue optimizing your life. How long should your workout be to build muscle? Part 2 by Christian Finn of muscleevo.net. Should you limit the length of your workouts to 45 minutes? However, this hasn't stopped some trainers saying that there is an ideal workout length. In fact, you'll often come across claims from the exercise police that you shouldn't lift weights for more than 45 minutes. If you do, testosterone levels will plummet, cortisol levels will rise, and you'll be sucked into a catabolic black hole from which you'll never escape. The idea that you should stop training after 45 minutes because you reach some kind of hormonal tipping point is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. It's a claim that fails on a couple of levels, most notably the fact that it's not true. In fact, some workouts lasting more than 90 minutes have been shown to raise testosterone above resting levels for at least 2 hours after the workout has finished. What's more, the idea that the short-term hormonal response to training has a big impact on muscle growth is something that's been called into question in recent years. In one study on the subject, researchers analyzed data collected from 56 men who took part in a 12-week resistance training program. If the post-exercise change in testosterone levels was important as far as building muscle is concerned, you'd expect to see two things. Guys with the largest post-training testosterone response would build the most muscle. And guys with the smallest post-training testosterone response would build the least muscle. But when they looked at the data, the researchers could find no significant link between the exercise-induced rise in testosterone levels and gains in muscular size or strength. What about longer workouts and cortisol? Cortisol is generally considered a catabolic hormone that you should take all possible steps to avoid. If the post-exercise rise in cortisol was putting the brakes on muscle growth, you'd expect to see men with the largest rise in post-exercise cortisol gaining the least amount of muscle. Instead, the opposite was true. There was a weak but significant link between the rise in cortisol and gains in lean body mass, as well as the growth of the type 2 muscle fibers. In other words, subjects with the biggest rise in cortisol levels were also the ones who gained the most muscle. Drilling further down into the results, subjects in the study were also divided into responders, those who built the most muscle, and non-responders, those who built the least muscle. And the hormonal responses of those who made the fastest gains in size and strength were not significantly different to those who made the slowest gains. Or, to put it another way, the hormonal response of subjects in the top 16% in terms of muscular gains were no different from those in the bottom 16%. So why are people saying that 45 to 60 minutes is as long as your workout should last? Where did the myth get started? The idea seems to have originated with Bulgarian Olympic lifting coach Ivan Abadjev. Over a 20-year period, Abadjev turned a weightlifting team that struggled to win anything into one that won numerous European, world, and Olympic titles. Rather than train once a day for several hours at a time, the Bulgarians would train numerous times both in the morning and in the afternoon, with each training session lasting from 30 to 45 minutes. The protocol was based on Abadjev's claim that elevated blood testosterone levels could only be maintained for between 30 and 60 minutes, with the average being 45 minutes. Whether or not he actually believed this himself is hard to say. Nicknamed the Butcher for the extreme level of dedication and commitment he demanded from his athletes, rumor has it that Abadjev's need for control was vast. He once had a rebellious pupil sent to the military to work from dawn to dusk in a stone quarry. Keeping them in the gym all day may have had a lot less to do with testosterone than it did with imposing discipline and control on his athletes. Big beyond belief. Many of the principles employed by the Bulgarians were popularized in a book published in the early 1990s called The Bulgarian Power Burst System. Later editions had different titles, such as Big Beyond Belief. The book sold thousands of copies via its famous "I've got to get this off my chest before I explode" advertisement, and became one of the most successful self-published bodybuilding guides of all time. It went on to influence a number of personal trainers, many of whom simply regurgitated the fictitious "testosterone levels drop after 45 minutes of lifting weights" advice before checking whether or not it was actually true. That's not to say you should be training for hours on end. Plenty of people are wasting much of their remaining time on this planet doing endless sets of pointless exercises. But cutting your workout short simply because you've been in the gym for 45 minutes makes absolutely no sense at all. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled, "How Long Should Your Workout Be to Build Muscle?" by Christian Finn of muscleevo.net, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Taking charge of my health has been a priority for me, but navigating today's one-size-fits-all healthcare system can feel overwhelming. That's why I'm so excited about 23andMe Plus Total Health. It's not just a health membership. It's a way to get personalized insights that matter to me. For me, reaching the next level of health means understanding my genetic blueprint and what it says about my future risks. It's about being proactive, not reactive. With 23andMe Plus Total Health, I've begun leveraging advanced genetic screening and comprehensive blood tests. Getting started was a breeze. I received a sleek kit in the mail, which made diving into my health journey both easy and exciting. What intrigues me the most is the biological age analysis. It's fascinating to see how lifestyle changes can influence how old I really am inside. Plus, having access to clinicians with genetics expertise to guide me through a personalized health plan feels incredibly empowering. Advocate for your health today. Go to 23andme.com/OHD to receive 10% off. That's 10% off at 23andme.com/OHD.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Dr. Neal here for my commentary. All right, so where does all of this leave us? It goes back to what I was saying in my commentary yesterday. Just because we start with one workout goal, that doesn't mean that this goal is going to be the same forever. Maybe there are weeks where our priority is to lift heavier weights, so we focus on fewer repetitions and longer rest periods to allow ourselves to lift those heavier weights. These workouts may end up keeping us in the gym for over an hour. Then, after those weeks have passed, we mix things up to faster, more intense workouts with lighter weights. These workouts may have us in and out of the gym in 30 minutes. Then, after a few more weeks have passed, we might think about increasing the weight again and spending some more time in the gym during each workout. And this is all okay. In fact, mixing up our routines are what most fitness professionals would recommend. Change your training style every so often forces the body to adapt in different ways. This will also help prevent boredom and possibly even injury. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for coming back to listen every day. Thank you so much for sharing this show with someone. I hope you have a great start to your week, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.